If you lost money today day trading, I'm going to show you exactly why you probably lost and how you could have made money today instead. So as you see on the SPY chart here, we have a critical supply zone of 664 and 665. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, as you can clearly see in the longer time frames, we are clearly bullish. So we surely are going to go long right off open on SPY, right? That's what a lot of you guys were thinking. And as you can clearly see, that bias was clearly not correct as we sold off again today. And why did we sell off today? Well, because we were looking at a bearish bias, a bearish mindset today because of what happened yesterday with the sell-off. So right off open, right off pre-market as well, we were looking for pretty much a sell-off, okay? That's what we were aiming for and exactly what we saw. Because why? We were getting and hitting this and rejecting this supply level, okay? Not once, but twice, but 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, and then the 7th right off the open to bring the sell-off that happened, okay? And the good thing about this is you could have made money off this. Maybe not off longs, but you could have made money off this, and you didn't because you didn't wait for the right kind of confirmation. And what was the right kind of confirmation? Well, it was this sell-off, this reject of the supply, and the break of these lows at pre-market. As soon as we broke these lows and it was a breakout trade, it was confirmed that it was a breakout trade. Overall, the market was coming down with it. We would have entered right here, and we would have let this go down to the critical demand level of 662. And as you can clearly see, this would be our confirmation right off these break of lows. And then we would have put our stops where above these highs of pre-market and open and left the trade to go and free fall down to 662 because there was nothing stopping it to go down there, okay? And then once they got to 662, we waited for see if it was going to be a hold because it is demand level to strong level, or if it was going to break down with it. Now we held a little bit, but then the sellers just came in too strong and brought this down below 661s to close to 658s, another demand level. Okay, so how you see this when you're looking at this, understand that just because overall the higher time frames, the market looks like it's a bullish market. Once you start having a sell-off with price still all below and not above a supply level, your bias should be bearish. It should be what price is kind of leaning down towards it. And if your bias would have been correct, if price off open broke this supply at 665, held it, retested it, and then perfect long position for you to break this through 666 and all the way into new highs, okay? So I guess the aim of the video is to just make sure that you have confirmation. No matter what your bias is off the open, you have to have some type of confirmation. It's never good to go straight up of a trade right off open thinking it's going to happen. In reality, price first wants to go to a certain spot before it starts reversing on you, as it always does. So that's why you always wait on confirmation, just to make sure you don't get swept out, like the market always does to people every single day. And know that our bias going on till next day is still likely to be a bearish bias just because of how low we are. Because now we're below the demand level of 662, and we'll see what happens after hours and with pre-market tomorrow. And if we're still below 662, definitely my bias is still going to be bearish on this to take it below 660, sorry, and all the way to 658 and 655 and so on. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. But if not, I'll see all my membership students on live tomorrow.